Hey everyone, and welcome to the RDG Sports Channel with your boy RDG, checking in on the day, previewing the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders game for tomorrow. Oh man, it's nothing to write home about. These two teams right now, the Giants, we all thought that they were going to be, something different this year. Let's call a spade a spade. We all thought the Giants were going to be different. They've been competitive in some of their games. That's true. I give it to them. But they came out on the losing end of the stick. It's unfortunate, but it happens in the NFL. Most of these games are going to be coming right down to the wire. 7 points or less. There's very few teams that can get separation as far as points wise, unless all three phases of the game is clicking. And even still, last week, all three phases of the game was working for us, but the offensive unit just wasn't as consistent as it should have been. You know what I'm saying? To get the separation in points. We could have easily scored 30 plus points last week against the Atlanta Falcons, but we came out on the winning end of the stick, but we came up short. We left points out there on the field. Something that we consistently do, and we got to improve on that as the season goes if we want to, go to the next level, meaning the playoffs and beyond the playoffs. If you can't do that, you're going to be a mediocre team, and it's been Ron Rivera's Achilles heel. He's a 500 coach, period. You know what I'm saying? He's just a mediocre coach, and he tried to get the likes of Eric Bieniemy, to try to get him to the next level offensively, because that's seemed to be our Achilles heel last year. And then our defense woke up late. Some of those games we played early in the year last year, we probably should have won some of them if it wasn't for our defense throwing up all over the field, early on in the season. But for the most part, you got to have luck. The referees, sometimes you can't rely on the referees. They do a terrible job at officiating some of these NFL games, not just our games, but a lot of NFL games. They do a horrible job of officiating. And you review the tape, the team send the tape in, and it's always an apology by the NFL. You can't change the L into a W in the win column. You know what I mean? Last year we lost a couple of games due to the referee's inability to call plays at the right time, which caused us to lose the game, but that's neither here nor there. I speak on that because of the game, the team that we're going against now. They cost us a game against that team last year that possibly could have got us into the playoffs. It was a clear hold last year. I mean, everybody remember that. It was a clear hold last year in the end zone on Curtis Samuel, and it was a no call. The ball was like several yards away from Curtis Samuel when the guy was already tackling him from behind. Clear pass interference, again, no call. And hopefully we don't have that. Well, I heard that same officiating crew will be officiating our game against the Giants tomorrow. So we got to pray as fans and hope that it don't duplicate last year, because I believe this game is going to be a close game. I'm not going to predict any score. My days of predicting scores is over with for this season right here, because it seemed like I got all of them wrong. So I'm not even going to play the prediction game right now. We're going to leave that one alone. But this Giants team, I want to speak on this Giants team. This Giants team always create mismatch problems for us. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. Now we already had to deal with Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones, but I don't think Daniel Jones is going to play this game. I'm not sure. I'm recording this video at this time. I'm not sure if Daniel Jones is going to play tomorrow. I think it's a game time decision. I'm not. Don't quote me on that. But the other guy that's backing him up, running quarterback, is a running quarterback, and we never fare well against running quarterbacks. That's our Achilles heel. Anybody that can run, I don't care what quarterback in the league, who they are. If they got legs and they got wheels, They hurt us. And now you add a guy like Darren Waller, Darius Slayton, Paris Campbell. You know, we've shown that we have a hard time covering wide receivers this year for some odd reason. You know, whether it's our defensive line is not getting to them in a timely fashion. I don't know what it is. You know, but teams are tending to have a good time passing the ball against us. I mean, they're back there holding popcorn, talking on the cell phone, you know, before they even throw a pass. Then they set the phone on the ground, and then, you know, they start surveying the field or trying to find a wide open wide receiver. You know, our guys simply just don't cover well. And I thought drafting a guy like Emmanuel Forbes, which still needs some work. He's a project, as we can see. The guy's undisciplined. He doesn't have great technique. These are all correctable things, but it takes time. You know, he's overly aggressive. Being aggressive is a good thing, but when you're overly aggressive, you're trying to make the big splash play every play. You got to be disciplined, and he's very undisciplined. Fuller is our best cornerback by far this year, you know, and that's not really nothing to write home about the mom. You know what I'm saying? Fuller is an average cornerback in the NFL. He's not elite. You know, he's serviceable. He's good. But when you have good and then you have just average, St. Juice is average. You know what I'm saying? He's never going to be an elite cornerback. He's always going to be an average cornerback. Emmanuel Forbes is a big question mark. Danny Johnson, another one's average, but he's a project also. You know what I'm saying? Is he ever going to be a guy that's going to be considerably good? We don't know. He's still young. He need good coaching. I think if most of these guys can get damn good coaching from the secondary and get a good scheme in for our secondary, for our cornerbacks, I think they'll be a little bit better than what they are right now. You know what I'm saying? I think it's more so Jack Del Rio's scheme that he has these guys in, is which causing these guys not to be as effective as they should be and not getting as many turnovers. But one thing I can say, they have been getting their hands on the balls. Pause. They have been getting their hands on the balls. You know what I mean? So, but they just not coming home with it. They're not coming away with it. You know what I mean? But we need more of those turnovers, you know, to flip the field for our offense. And I think if they do that in this game against the Giants, that'll kind of give us that separation. Because if we're not getting turnovers, the Giants can move the ball against us. They have proven that the last 5 or 6 years since Daniel Jones been the quarterback of this team, they have proven that they can move the ball against us with ease. With ease. So in order for us to win this game, one, we have to turn the ball over. That's first and foremost. 2, Sam Howell on the offensive end, I'm going to get back to it. Sam Howell must be able to locate his check down players. He has to either throw the ball away, get out of the pocket, escape from trouble, or just simply throw the ball away. That's it. Throw the ball away, check down, try to get out of the pocket, play for another down, or make something happen when you're out of the pocket. You know what I'm saying? The running backs got to do a better job of chipping those defensive linemen. You know, they have to. You know, forget going out on the routes. Chip that offensive line. When you got a deep play, when you're trying to throw the ball downfield and you're waiting for these plays to develop, running backs stay in there, double team the guy at the defensive ends, because that's where the most problem is coming from. They're getting a good push up front at times, but the main problem is Sam Howell is allowing the pocket to collapse. You got to have better pocket awareness. But anyway, back to the Giants offensive guys. Darius Slayton, you know, he's a handful for us. You know, along with Paris Campbell. Paris Campbell got good speed. You know what I'm saying? He's not electrifying. He doesn't have electrifying speed, but he has good speed enough to where as though he can get separation against our cornerbacks. And we got to do a better job. I say this every week. We got to do a better job of keeping everything in front of us, and we have to apply pressure. Our linebackers got to play with speed. They got to play fast. There's no time to read and react. You got a guy like Darren Waller. That means Cam and Curl and those linebackers got to be on their A game. He may not been turning the league up right now, but it seems like players get better against us. Players come to play against us. It's a get right game, get your stats up game against us. So we got to do a better job collectively as a team, as a defensive unit, to try to minimize the best players on the opposing teams. We got to learn how to take the best players away, like we did against the Atlanta Falcons. That's the first game that I can honestly say we took away the team's best player. The first time all year that we took away the team's best player, a la Bajan Robinson, whatever his name is. We took him fairly. He didn't have a great game at all. We took him away completely out of the game. You know what I'm saying? So they had to go to other people. If the other people is beating you, take my hat off to you. But do not allow the team best player to go off on you. You know what I mean? Just like how we allowed the Bears' best player to go berserk. The Buffalo Bills' best player to go berserk. The Philadelphia Eagles' best player to go berserk. We cannot allow that and expect to compete with these top echelon teams. We just can't. We're not going to beat these upper echelon teams if we allow the team's best player to get off and go bonkers against us. You see how they take Terry McLaurin away on our team? That's what we're going to have to start doing. We got to contain these people, contain these players. And if we could do that on the defensive side of the ball, I think we'll have a better chance of winning a lot of games if we can do that moving forward. Let that Atlanta Falcon game be a tutelage of what you can do if you remain disciplined and help out on teams' best players. Put the focal point on teams' best players. Let that Atlanta game be the lesson for the rest of the season of what you can do, what it looks like. And you create turnovers for your offense, shorten the field. Yeah, we didn't have a lot of stats. That's because we had short fields. We had a punt return, which was great on the special teams part. You know, good punt return by Jamison Crowder. You know, that's what it looks like when you have a total team effort. And if our offense could be more consistent, if we could have scored more points in that second half, the game would have been out of reach. It wouldn't even came down to what it came down to. But that's neither here nor there. That's in the past now. Now, offensively, I think we can turn it up and even a higher notch. We just got to be consistent. We need to put our APB out on Jahan Dotson. You know, he needs to come to play. He needs to be more involved in this offense in order for this offense to take the next level. They're still taking away Terry McLaurin. You know, he had a good game last week, but the games before that, it's inconsistent. You know, partly because Jahan Dotson got to help him out. That's going to create more space for Terry McLaurin. Those other receivers, y'all got to step in. Curtis Samuels, I like what Curtis Samuels has been doing this year. You got to continue to do that, and they got to put more on his plate. Give him the ball more, target him a little bit more. He can make something happen also. People forgot all about Curtis Samuels, you know, same like in this offense, you know, since he's been here. I know he's been hurt and stuff like that, but, you know, start calling plays specifically for Curtis Samuel. This guy can make things happen, you know. Jahan Dotson, your biggest problem right now is in between your ears. It's in your head. You know, get out of your own way. You're putting a lot of pressure on yourself this year. You said it yourself in the beginning of the year. You expect to have a big season. I think you need to focus game to game, because I think you're thinking at the stats for the end of the year, what you're going to end up with, and I think that's clouding your concentration level, because you dropped 2 balls last year, you would have snugged in like it was nothing. But this year is different. I think your concentration level is being swayed by your projected goals that you set amongst yourself. You need to kind of like put that aside and let the chips fall where they may. Keep playing ball every week and let the numbers speak for himself at the end of the year, because you're overthinking this stuff right now. You're a great talent, but you need to lure yourself back in. Have that same mindset that you had last year, you know what I'm saying? And stop thinking about what your stats looking like, because that's your biggest problem. Sam Howell, I already touched on Sam Howell. He need to get rid of the ball. He's holding on the ball too long still. I know he's a young quarterback, still learning the game. I'm a huge fan of Sam Howell. Everyone knows that by now. But I want Sam Howell to have better pocket awareness. You know, if the player's taking too long to develop and if it's not there, Sam Howell, throw it to your check down. Keep the ball moving forward. Whether you're getting 3 yards, 7 yards, 9 yards, 8 yards, it's still moving down the field. You know what I mean? When you go on the sideline, look and see what the defense is doing. You should have a clock in your head. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. 3 Mississippi, you should be getting rid of that ball. Period. And if you're still holding on to that ball, start looking at where you can escape to or looking for your check down or throwing it out of bounds. It's just that simple. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. I know you want the spectacular play. I know you want every play to go the distance. Every quarterback wants that, but you got to be smart also. Keep moving the chains. Offensive line got to block better this game. Defensive line, Giants defensive line is still good. Yeah, surely their defense, both defenses is ranked close to middle half or close to bottom half of the league, but both teams still got good defensive players. So you can't take the Giants lightly because of their record. Throw that record out the window. This is an NFC East division game. It's a rivalry. These opponents know each other very well. You know what I mean? Whoever coached the best, I think that's what's going to decide the game because everybody knows what everybody does. Giants got enough tape on us to see what Eric Bieniemy has been doing this season as far as what he's trying to do offensively. You know, Giants got a good personnel, defensive personnel. You know, they played Buffalo tough. They played them way tougher than what we did. We caught them early in the season, that's true. But we don't do good against running quarterbacks. They beat the hell out of us last year. I mean, the year before last, Buffalo got us real good up in Buffalo. So that's just a team that pretty much we don't match up well against. But the Giants matched up pretty well against Buffalo. And we don't. And Giants played them tough. So that lets you know Giants still capable, very capable. They shut us down twice last year. You know, I don't think we scored over 20 points last year, if I'm not mistaken. At least it wasn't over 24 points. But it's going to be a dogfight tomorrow. Look for a dogfight. I don't expect that game to be a blowout whatsoever. It's an NFC East rival. It's going to be a dogfight against those Giants, despite of Daniel Jones not playing, supposedly. You know, like I said, I'm not sure about that, so don't hold me to it. But it's going to be a dogfight, man. We need this win to try to go to 4-3. If we want to try to do something, make something out of the season, we're going to have to start winning these games. We got to win these games. As simple as that. You got to put up or shut up. If you want to be a great team, you got to win games like this. You're in New York, you're on the road, that's a statement game. Make a statement. Let them know, look, y'all had y'all run last year. It's our turn this year. Y'all going to stay at the bottom. We're going to keep y'all at the bottom. Home or away, it don't matter. We should be sweeping the Giants this year. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a dogfight, but I expect for us to win. Period, point blank. With that being said, I'm not doing no score prediction, but I do project us to win, and hopefully we do come out on top 4-3. Second or third place in the NFC East, depending on the Dallas Cowboys. And look forward to the rest of the season. Can't wait for that Dallas Cowboy game. Not looking too far ahead. But anyway, if you watch this video and haven't liked, share, and subscribe, please subscribe. Please hit the notification bell. I greatly appreciate that. That's all I got for right now. I thank you guys for tuning in. Peace.